Hello, my name is Morgan Freeman. With us on our pilgrimage was a noble knight. He was well-to-do and possessed fine horses, but he was not gaily dressed. He wore a fustian tunic stained and dark with smudges where his armor had left mark. He was a man of much achievement, and had demonstrated his strength and skill in battle from Alexandria to Prussia, and along the Mediterranean coast. He had earned himself a noble name, respected by all for his noble graces and Christian generosity, not to mention his faithfulness, honor, and chivalry, and yet our knight was as modest as could be. And he always said, you better get busy living or busy dying.
Our story begins in Athens, the famous Greek city-state. One day a group of lamenting women saw the great Lord Theseus, ruler of Athens. They were in mourning because Creon, the king of Thebes, had killed their husbands in battle and refused to give them proper burial. Theseus was hard-struck with pity, and he swore on his honor to avenge this wrong, and rode with his mighty army to lay siege to Thebes.
He conquered Creon there, the Theban king, and slew him valiantly, thus fulfilling his oath to the mourning women. Upon the field of battle, Theseus stumbled upon the princes of the royal blood of Thebes, Palamon and Archite, who had laid injured on the ground. The noble duke declared that they should be taken to Athens to be perpetual prisoners, for which no ransom would be set. To rot in jail would be their lot. It can now be seen that the Duke Theseus, Lord and Governor of Athens, was in his time so great a conqueror there was none mightier beneath the sun, and many a rich country had he won. Even before his conquest of Thebes he had brought a similar fate upon the Amazon, and he took their courageous queen Hippolyta as his wife, and brought back Emily, her sister, to Athens as well. And now our main characters are known: the King Theseus, his sister-in-law Emily, and the cousins Palamon and Archite. Alas, our story is set.
With the cousins imprisoned in the high tower with no hope of release, it came to pass that one May day the two cousins caught a glimpse of Emily, and each was instantly smitten by her beauty. And in their cell they fought over the right to love her, despite their hopes of meeting her being futile.
And it so happened that after a time, the Duke Protheus, a dear friend of King Theseus, made a visit to Athens. And knowing Archite from days of old, Protheus pleaded with Theseus to release his old acquaintance Archite, who he knew and loved. The merciful Theseus granted his request, but ordered that Archite must leave Athens and never return on pain of death. You lovers, here's a question I would offer. Archite or Palamon, which had most to suffer? The one can see his lady day by day, but he must dwell in prison, locked away. The other's free, the world lies all before, but never shall he see his lady more. Judge as you please between them, you that can, for I'll tell you on my tale as I began.
A couple years passed, and Archetype's depression in Thebes had taken its toll on the knight. But one night in a dream, the god Mercury came near and reassured Arcite. He said, "You are to go to Athens. There shall be an end to woe." And following the god's command, he disguised himself as a common man. And returned to Athens to become a page of his love, chaste Emily. For 2 years, he served the beautiful Emily, and proved his value as a hard-working page, so much that Theseus took his old enemy as a personal chamber squire of his own.
But back to Palamon, our story goes, and we find him still lovesick and depressed, alone in his cell, until 7 years from Arcite's release had passed, and unable to withstand the bondage anymore. Palamon escaped from his prison tower, and he hid in a grove outside the city's boundaries.
And as fate would have it, Arcite was walking in this very same grove, lamenting his present station as a simple servant and his inability to get closer to Emily. And hearing Arcite's moans and sighs, Palamon left his hiding place in a fury to confront his cousin. And the two cousins argued over their dear love Emily until they decided to decide it with a duel the next day.
It's time to flawless victory.
But fate held yet another twist, as on the next day, when the two were dueling, Lord Theseus and a crowd of hunters, including Emily, arrived on their hunt to the same grove. Seeing the two warring sides, Theseus drew his sword and broke up the fight. But when Palamon revealed Arcite's true identity, it took the pleas of Emily to ease Theseus's wrath. But it was decided by the honorable Theseus a way to settle the matter. Each cousin would receive a year to gather 100 men, and when a year had come, the two sides would do battle for the hand of Emily.